What if I told you that directing plays from the sidelines will be Caitlin Clark's next big move instead of sinking threes? Yes, there are rumors that the Indiana Fever will give her a clipboard and a whistle for their upcoming game versus the Chicago Sky. Is she going to become a basketball Jedi Master and coach her own team? Did the coach just say, Caitlin, you know what? It's your turn. This storyline twist is right out of a sports sitcom, so fasten your seatbelts. Oh, it's basically, the Indiana Fever coach is, well, we don't know. That's reality is, we don't know, who's gonna be coaching. We don't know whether Stephanie White's gonna be coaching, but the plan is there if Stephanie White is not gonna be there. And I think maybe, here we are, then, after just getting her jersey patched on due to a recent injury, Caitlin Clark may be creating plays that resemble the ghost of Phil Jackson combined with Ted Lasso. Why? Because Stephanie White, the head coach, has vanished. Poof. Disappeared. Not within the structure. Did she unintentionally enter a WNBA time portal? Not at all. It's really a classic example of can't make it, which is basketball code for we're going to pretend this was planned. Okay, so, first of all, we do not know why Stephanie White is going to be out. It is officially listed as personal reasons, and I don't know if you guys are aware, but back in October, she also was dealing with a tragedy, assuming it might have been like a close passing of someone to her, which was also around the time that she was in contention for being named head coach of the Indiana Fever, so that was probably a whirlwind of a time for Stephanie White, and first and foremost, we just want to make sure that she is doing okay, and wishing her all the best, because it is not very common for a coach to miss a game. I don't think it happened once last season. It has not happened this season. Additionally, you would assume that there is a strong backup plan, or possibly a backup plan C in the event of White out. However, it seems that the Fever moved straight past the alphabet and thought, hey, what if our rookie called the shots? Yes, it is correct. The coaching staff of the Indiana Fever is currently so sparse that it resembles a Reckley carpool. You can guess who will be holding the clipboard, although unofficially. You understand. Clark, I've been here for 5 minutes, Caitlin, about being away for a period of time. Which means, look, I'd say whatever reasons brought her to Indiana in the first place, I might take her out of a few games. My keeper close at home. My keeper not going to games. And look, at the end of the day, there's more important things than basketball. And if that is the case, then obviously, it's just obviously, it is, they know what they're getting themselves into. They know what they're getting themselves into. They know what it is, and they know that they've got a good staff. This isn't just any game, though. The game is this one. The one that the entire nation has been anticipating. Caitlin and Clark vs. Reese. Part 2 of what may be a 10-part basketball story that culminates in a championship, a documentary, and most likely a Broadway musical is Clark vs. Angel Reese. The Fever go into full insanity mode and ask, what if Caitlin also coaches herself? Just when we thought this game couldn't get much more intense. So Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White herself did not travel with the team to Chicago, which leads people to believe that she might not be there for the game. Can be. But what does this mean for the Indiana Fever? What does this mean for the upcoming game in Chicago? And who will be stepping into this role? It is pretty obvious. Consider the locker room. Caitlin's now like, okay, ladies, I'm going to need you to hustle on defense, crash the boards, and also someone please remind me what play number 3 is because I may or may not have blacked out during strategy meetings. Additionally, the squad she is coaching isn't her typical one. Shots, Feelings, and Angeli Block are leading the Chicago Sky. As he watches this coaching shuffle, Ree is presumably thinking, oh, so we're doing improv theater now. Since the draft, Reese has been anticipating this battle. She's prepared. She has shut herself in. She has the celebratory dancing energy that I have previously identified. On the sidelines, Caitlin is creating plays on a whiteboard. This next one is called Please Don't Panic, and I feel that if we all have faith in ourselves, good things might happen. The assistant coach is simply nodding along, saying, Yeah, great, but no one can recall her name because she was only hired 14 minutes ago. Let's run that without a doubt. With Cappuccino running point, yelling defensive shifts, checking to see whether the water bottles are full, and reminding everyone that she's also playing the game, Caitlin might just as well be multitasking like a soccer mum. It's similar to assigning your best performer to oversee costumes and serve as the caretaker for a school production. At this point, Caitlin is most likely the new team doctor if someone strains an ankle. Not that the WNBA hasn't had its fair share of drama lately, but this is Shakespeare in sneakers. One of the two rookie sensations who will square off on national television may be in charge of calling timeouts. What are the chances that Caitlin will just say, "Okay, look, during a third-quarter huddle, we're out of players, so I'm going to get myself together, coach myself back in, and then substitute my favorite food"? However, we shouldn't undervalue her because Caitlin Clark has a unique build. You don't simply make it through Iowa's winters and end up mediocre. You emerge like Caitlin, battle-tested, unfazed, and nevertheless always within striking distance. She is leading in scoring, despite the fact that it may seem crazy to have her as the team's coach. You can see she's secretly enjoying it. She most likely has an 86-page, color-coded notebook called Things I'm Better Than Most Coaches. Angel Ree is about to spoil someone's week while she polishes her crown. You better come correct, Coach Clark, or I'm dropping 20 and blocking your entire ego. She adds with a sly smile. She can light up a whole arena with her theatrics, enthusiasm, and personal grudge in addition to her talent. The truth of tomorrow's game is the fact that Caitlin Clark dies is still, she is still out due to injury protocol, I believe she had a lower leg calf muscle strain, right? But there's been an update, she just updated everybody, the Fever fans and all of the other WNBA fans about potentially coming back Tuesday, which is not tomorrow. But let's just see what Caitlin Clark has to say. This is an article brought to you by Sports Illustrated titled Caitlin Clark Shares Update on Her Injury and Potential Return. In the NFL regard, Caitlin Clark offered an update on her quadriceps injury. The fans are flourishing. Twitter is going crazy. Analysts are analyzing Clark's teaching technique as if she were Popovic with better hair. Here, you can see how she makes a high-pick action, looks at her Fitbit, and then launches a logo 3 while controlling the spin. It's lovely pandemonium. It's reality TV under the cover of basketball. It's everything we didn't know we needed. We haven't even reached the bench responses yet. It's certain that one teammate will become overly engrossed in Caitlin's huddle remarks, saying things like, "Yes, ma'am." Preach. Another person is sitting there asking, "Why is my rookie teammate telling me to run suicides?" In the meantime, Caitlin Clark is a player/coach hybrid who possesses that duality and has the potential to establish a completely new WNBA archetype. Additionally, let's not overlook the potential in this situation. What happens if this is successful? What if Caitlin leads the squad to victory over Angel Reese and the Sky, calls the ideal plays, and oversees minutes like an experienced veteran? You understand what that implies, don't you? This implies that she will always be in command of everything. She will be doing more than simply coaching next week. She drives the team bus, designs the outfits, and handles payroll. If it doesn't work and Caitlin is coaching her own collapse in real time while the Fever loses spectacularly, then welcome to the most viewed blooper film in WNBA history, and the internet still wins from that. Let's be honest, though. This is not only a game. Theater is what this is. This is a highlight reel of rivalries, narrative twists, and peak Gen Z enthusiasm. Caitlin Clark is turning into the living example of "I'll do it myself." Angel Ree is making a serious "I'm going to consume energy," so I hope you all pack snacks. As Caitlin reorganizes the playbook in real time, the assistant coaches are attempting to avoid appearing totally lost. Therefore, even though Stephanie White may be MIA and the Fever coaching staff is presently being kept together with duct tape and prayer, the fans are getting a front row ticket to history because this game is going to be legendary regardless of what happens. Win, lose, or what just occurred. A Fever intern is searching Google for the question, can a player be Rookie of the Year and Coach of the Year at the same time, somewhere in the background? Imagine the complete chaos if Caitlin Clark defeats Angel Ree without even lacing up for actual minutes. She just crosses her arms, reclines on her coaching chair, and coaches herself to AW. Is that type of anarchy even something we're prepared for? That would be similar to LeBron winning a championship game while running the scoreboard and serving Gatorade. In the finest sense of the word, it's basketball sacrilege. This is not an ideal situation. It is not an ideal situation at all for the Indiana Fever. There are some positives, there are some negatives. However, Stephanie White, as of right now, is currently looking like she may not be there tomorrow in Chicago for the... Imagine it. Exuberantly anticipating a dogfight with Clark, Angel Reese enters the ring only to discover, wait a minute, that Caitlyn hasn't yet begun. Not at all. She has the headset, the clipboard, and most likely a laminated Don't Panic page that she created in Microsoft Word 5 minutes before the tip-off. Nevertheless, the Fevers begin as though they are personally exacting revenge for every negative Yelp review Indiana has ever received. Caitlyn is sketching inbound plays as if she created basketball this morning and showed everyone else how to do it over breakfast. Someone needs to explain it to Angel Reese because by halftime, she's glancing to the bench and asking, who is calling these plays? Yes, that is Clark. She's not pretending to be you. Being outplayed is one thing, but she's playing with you, which is 10 times more offensive. It is a completely other type of humiliation to be taught by someone your age who should still be learning her own playbook by heart. Imagine Angel Reese sweating profusely as she tries to figure out how the Fever managed to run a triangle offense with just 2 players, as the cameras cut to Clark quietly scribbling on her clipboard.